All right, what did we find out today? A lot. We found out today from our good friend Jonathan Bell, one of the best employment attorneys around, that Donald Trump has signed a 5-week extension for those small businesses seeking PPP loans. And if you want a little PPP to come your way, get your application in, because according to JB, there's still $130 billion available. I know some people got turned down the first time. They didn't have their paperwork in line. The store is open, and for all you small businesses out there, go get the cash. Now, let me also talk to you about a little more business here. There are companies out there that are engaged in like work-from-home businesses that are skyrocketing now. Skyrocketing, okay? My friend Italia and my buddy Nick, they have what started as a side gig with the smart coffee, and they call it the dose, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. You drink this coffee every day, you lose weight, you get smarter. Okay, and they're selling from home, and more people are focused when working from home. InvestView, my company, I'm the chief digital officer. I'm one of the more significant shareholders in it. I am not soliciting you to buy shares in it, but I will tell you that we are seeing a tremendous increase in enthusiasm from the 20,000 distributors we have around the world that sell our subscription educational products. So if you're looking at things to invest in, and before you get crazy and start laying out a bunch of dough for a franchise or something else, take a look at these work-from-home businesses, because people are home more. People can take a little more time right now to pay attention. The summer may be a little scraggly now that beaches are open and all that good stuff. But these work-from-home businesses are pretty darn good. Now, on the politics front, you may remember that all through the primary process, Barack Obama never once came out and endorsed Joe Biden. Okay, and he was his vice president for 8 years, BTW. Okay, he did, Barack Obama, take time out to endorse Justin Trudeau, the guy who wore blackface before he became the Prime Minister of Canada. So I thought it was strange that Obama was going out of his way to endorse the Canadian Prime Minister, who wore blackface and admitted it, but he didn't come out in favor of Joe Biden. Now he has, and he has done it strongly. And I found a wonderful video this weekend that just shows you a great contrast between Obama and Joe Biden. Look how much Obama loves Joe Biden.
Joe to be my vice president was one of the best decisions I ever made.
What are we doing? What's going on right now?
I believe Joe has all the qualities we need in a president right now.
I got hairy legs.
That's Joe. He's someone whose own life has taught him how to persevere.
So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
How to bounce back when you've been knocked down.
Give me a break.
Joe talks about opportunity for our kids.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
And Joe talks to families who've lost a hero.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Through all his trials, he's never once forgotten.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
And I know he'll surround himself with good people.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down.
So that's why I'm so proud to endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States.
What?
I mean, if I don't know why anybody would question voting for Joe Biden. The guy, I mean, great contrast, great video, and lots of my friends send the videos all the time, and I'm usually trolling Facebook, looking for good content and stuff. Right here in New York, I saw something that I hadn't seen in a while on my buddy Billy Smith, former chief of staff to Congressman Dan Donovan here in Staten Island and Brooklyn. But Billy now lives in Jersey. And he pointed out that all of a sudden, the police department in New York is taking aim at the elected officials on social media. Okay, you had the Manhattan South Bureau, Manhattan North Bureau talking about there are all kinds of shootings and lawlessness going on. Where are our elected officials? And the better one, that was New York's Manhattan South, North. Disgraceful the amount of people shot in Manhattan North in 24 hours. Where are the elected officials? The community is suffering, okay? And then, not to be outdone, the NYPD Manhattan South Twitter account got in the act, and they said this: Manhattan DA Cy Vance, where are you? No show at any shooting scene. Our community is being attacked. 24 people shot in 24 hours. Where are you? It's way out of bounds, although I love it, for the police department to actually take to social media and blast our elected officials. But they deserve it, okay? And when it comes down to New York City District Attorney Cy Vance, okay, this guy has done nothing but use this office for patronage, okay? He's done nothing but take big money donors like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, and I want to reiterate my long-standing thought that Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself, and people have stolen it already, but last week I said it first. Ghislaine Maxwell, who was Jeffrey Epstein's alleged pimp, she brought in the girls for him to molest and traffic to all his friends. She's in FBI custody now, and I will just say this once again. Ghislaine Maxwell did not kill herself. And I hope they got her under lock and key. Otherwise, the Clinton cartel is probably coming after her. And they're trying to track her down because you're going to have this whole Podesta thing blow up. You're going to have the Prince Andrew blow up. You got Ehud Barak blowing up. If you watch Filthy Rich on Netflix and you hear from the women who are actually the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, you could judge for yourself. But these people, when they recount the rape and the trafficking and stuff, 20 years later, they're still tremendously emotional, which kind of just makes me feel like lots of bad things happen to those poor people. And one final note, I mentioned last week that the little Indian doing the Zen on the front of the Land O'Lakes butter was going to be gone, and people thought I was joking, that I was doing some satire. I wasn't. Jess went to Stop and Shop this weekend to check it out. She did some on-the-ground reporting for us, and it turns out that here's a shot of the new Land O'Lakes butter. You remember the little Indian with like the one feather sticking up? She wasn't bothering anybody. How could you bother somebody sitting there on a box of butter? I mean, everybody loves butter to begin with, and the Indian is not bothering anybody. Do we have the Land O'Lakes or no? Farmers strong, and the farmers, I guess, got rid of the Indian, and I don't know. The village people are getting rid of the cop. The Indians probably next. Who knows? But